slowly. Now, where you bring your hands down slowly to will depend on what you want to do. Sometimes I will cup my hands over one area here, which is quite nice. Sometimes I'll actually think about the solar plexus and the abdominal chakra. Those are energy centers, and sometimes I'll go for that. You need to center yourself and be comfortable. So it's kind of horizontal onto the couch and with your knees slightly bent. And then you're going to actually spread the oil. Now the easiest way to spread the oil is more in a circular fashion. And there is one little circular massage that I just love doing. You see that? Keep one hand on, the other hand comes up, over and around. But of course you could do any kind of ringing. Just to spread that oil. Now some people try and do ethereal strokes this way, but I want you to look at my posture when I'm trying to do that and see what you think. Twisted, I can already feel it's uncomfortable in that area. So what I would say to you is pay attention to how your body feels, and you know that lovely hara spotlight? Get your hara, get your tummy in line with what you're doing. So for me it's much easier to do these kind of strokes. There's no advantage to this. None. There is no advantage to that because I can do that like that. Okay? So think about what you're doing. Now, ethereal stroke, we talked earlier about the different purposes of different strokes. So we're spreading the oil, we're warming the skin, that we're getting them used to our touch. And then I might want to start to work a little deeper. So if I want to work on the muscle tissue, I need to know where it is. Bring your head up for me. Okay? If you get somebody to bring their head up, you're going to start feeling the muscles and down. Okay. And so I can feel the edge of his rectus abdominis. Trying to say, Lord, here. You okay with that? You okay with that? So you might want to work with the rectus abdominis and do some sort of rocking backwards and forwards on that. You might want to do a little bit more in and out. You've got the obliques. So you need to think about where those are and how you might work on those muscles, okay? Coming into the iliac crest area. That's on the muscle side. If we're wanting to work on more of the digestive system, then we may come in a little bit more into the, you okay? I'm just checking with the comfort. Just coming in more onto the digestive system. And we work in a clockwise direction. Remember what I said about this area, because you really want to lighten up your touch there. So just feeling in, when you're working in pairs, I want you to feel in what's there, and just, you can use vibration. Say that again.
Paddle over in mine.
And obviously if somebody's just eaten, that's not going to be so comfortable. You can get into the psoas muscles in here. There's no, you can go really deep, touching the spine. What I would suggest you do with your own tummies tonight is with your knees up, just feel around what's there and feel how comfortable it is, how uncomfortable it is. Yeah, you're not going to get to those areas unless your knees are up and everything's soft, so that you can just gradually move in. If you're moving in deeper, you move in slowly, really slowly, with awareness that things just kind of melt and move out your way. Okay. I'm using kind of a reinforced thumb as I go around there. Okay. Lots of ringing works very well. You can use petrissage, works very well. I'm going to ask how he's getting on with this. How does it feel? It's one of the most relaxing things you can do for somebody if they'll allow you. Simon, if I've missed anything. Reinforced with fingers, and reinforced thumb I just used round there, okay? There's also pulling through is very, very useful, because you're going to get the transverse muscle as well, and you're going to come round onto the other abdominal muscles there, external, internal.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Is there any, to stretch, the sides, would it be advisable to use the weight of the client, so like to kind of lift their hip? Because I kind of do that on their front anyway, to kind of do that
here,
stretch.
I might come round there and really pull through onto that around that iliac crest.
But you wouldn't pull the bone up, because then...
I have, just then.
Okay.
Yeah, I would. Depending on how light they are will depend on how much they'll move. Okay? Okay. I think that's probably about it. And then I would, what have I, oh, do you want that little Ayurvedic thing? Okay.
What about if someone suffers of reflux?
Acid reflux.
Yeah, that's a really good point. What if somebody has acid reflux? What if somebody has a hiatus hernia? What's a hiatus hernia?
It's when there's a tear in the...
It would be contraindicate because...
What? Let me just find out what it is first, Lara.
When there's a tear in the fascia? Or
It's usually a weakening of the diaphragm, fascia in the diaphragm, but then what happens is the stomach moves in and out of that opening. It shouldn't move in and out of that opening, it should be below that opening. But when you have an opening like that, the stomach just moves up and down, moves in and out. So what you have is a very uncomfortable stomach area. And what would somebody need to do if they have that situation? Hey? Yeah, but I mean in terms of symptom management, what do they have?
Breathing helps.
Don't overeat.
Well, yeah, all the don't overeat and things like that, but the more upright they are, then the stomach goes back where it's meant to be. Okay, but if they're lying down and they've got an enlarged space there, then the stomach actually moves into the cavity there. So it's a slipping situation here. So if they're lying flat, it's very uncomfortable. So sometimes with somebody with that situation, you might want to lean them forward a little bit.
Would that be the same with acid reflux?
Yeah, that's why I was coming to that. So, it's like sometimes it's not comfortable for somebody to lie flat. Okay? Anything else you think of?
Yes.
Irritable bowel, that's a really good question too, thank you. What about irritable bowel? What happens with irritable bowel?
It passes through too quickly, doesn't it?
Sometimes it passes through too quickly, sometimes it passes through slowly. So sometimes they have diarrhea, sometimes they have constipation. In what way can massage help?
Encourage the process along.
Well, yeah, so you're encouraging the process along mechanically, you're helping with the digestive process with peristalsis. But what else is massage good for? Now you can come into your parasympathetic.
Rest and digest.
Hey?
Rest and digest. Parasympathetic.
Absolutely. So if you're doing something that is relaxing to the client, and frankly having an abdominal massage, if you spend long enough doing this stuff, it's very relaxing. Okay? Once people get over themselves and stop worrying about whether they're, what's the things people, they worry about whether they're overweight, they worry about whether they're actually going to have any flatulence, they worry about all sorts of things. One of the things I tell my clients very often is what a good sign it is if their tummy rumbles. Okay, why is it good sign?
Your resting.
So that means their digestive system is working. And when does their digestive system work? When they're resting in the parasympathetic nervous system. So with the parasympathetic nervous system encouraged. So basically, I tell them that's a really good sign that you're relaxing, because then they stop worrying about it. Okay? That's great. It's great. I mean, my tummy rumbles too when I'm relaxed. Okay? So You know, I think very often it's how you approach abdominal massage as to whether somebody feels really comfortable with that or not. And making your contact very slow and starting easily and checking in with your client, all of that helps. Anything else on this? Oh, little second.
Just one thing, I'm sure you've said this, but
I might not have done so.
is that in terms of the different levels of an approach, it's your intention that counts, not
Yes.
in terms of where you're working, whether it's on.
Thank you. That's absolutely true. So for those of you who are interested in more of the energetic field and chakras, it is all about the intent. And it's so true too, it's about the intent of where I want to work. Do I want to work on the muscle system? Do I want to work on the digestive system? The intent, and then the slow in, just allowing your hands to flow to where they need to be. Okay? It's amazing how deep you can get. You want me to show you? Come closer. Okay, so I'm on the edge now of the rectus abdominis. In order to get onto the psoas muscle, I need to get behind that, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to work together, okay? I want you to take some nice slow, but not too deep, but just slow breaths in and out. And each time he breathes out, I'm going to just allow my hands to go in a bit more. And a little bit more. I'm going to get you to bring that knee up. That's it. Did you see when I bring that knee up, it makes it a lot softer? Okay, and each breath out, I just want you to allow my hands to, that's it, to really melt into that area. And then at some point we're going to get to a point where it's a little bit sore. Is that it there? You feel it? I'll go a bit deeper. I can feel on the knee. It might not be sore on you, but okay. How does that feel? Yeah, that's it there. Right? Can you feel that there? Look how deep I am. Okay? I'm now kind of feeling into the psoas muscle on the front of his spine there.
What's happening to the intestines right now?
Well, did you notice that I'm just going to come out just as slowly, just allow that to come out. That's it. So when you go deep, you go as slow as that. When I started that process and he was breathing, just do that again. What I was doing was just circling in,
So you're
and
like
that tends to
pushing them
move
aside.
things out the way. But not always. Sometimes you trap a bit of bowel in there and it's uncomfortable. Okay. All right. Okay. So that's how deep you can go. Come down.
And that's you pushing into the muscle or on the side of it?
I was going to the side of the rectus abdominis and going right deep into the front of the spine here, into the psoas area. Okay? But, it's intent. It's intention. What I'm trying to say to you is that, like a lot of you will be frightened to work in the abdominal area, and it's really more about how you do that and how slowly you do that, and also how sharp your nails are, because if you've got nails on you, you're not going to be doing any of that. Okay? So to finish, you're going to finish with some kind of effleurage, and you're going to come off just as slowly. So if you want to work deeper into the abdomen, then knees up helps with that. But really, for you now, it's just about trying things out, okay?
Sorry, another question. When you go deeper, so you are near to the spine.
I don't want you to do that, by the way. I'm just showing you, like, what's possible from here. I didn't necessarily want you to do that. But if you want to feel and just allow yourself, and with your receiver, just to feel for yourself what's possible, okay? That's fine. I wasn't teaching you a psoas release or anything, okay?
Because I've got clients who got an operation by the slip disc. She got slip disc.
Yes.
She got the operation here, so
Yeah.
avoiding this area. And if I put air supply, if I go deeper, I affect the spine as well. So it's better to don't do it.
It depends on where the slip disc is, and it's likely to be posterior, not anterior. So you're not, I don't like, yes, be careful. That's probably, you know, actually, the stability of the spine is very definitely part of the issue around that is the psoas area, the psoas iliopsoas, iliacus. They are the stabilizers as well, and they hip flexors. So a lot of the time people's back problems are actually because of those muscles, okay? But if I was to work on those muscles, I wouldn't have oil on my hands. So I was literally not trying to get you to work on those muscles, but just trying to get you to be more comfortable with how deep you can go. Okay? All right? So try that. So, place the towel. How does that feel? Yeah? Tell me more.